Milanale, forza lotta, vincerai, non ti lasceremo mai. What's up? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Milanisti. This is Roy. With me, we have Antonio, the transfer guru. How are you, Antonio?
I'm doing great, Roy. I watched your stream with Red Devil Studios today. It was really fun, and I can't wait for the Champions League and the season to start. So let's go.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, guys. By the way, we did have a Serie A prediction tier list for the Serie A today. So go to Red Devil Studio, the channel. He's a friend of ours. He's family. So go to that channel, check it out. It was a great stream, 2 hours of Serie A talk predictions. It was awesome. But today, right now, we are going to be talking about AC Milan. And as the transfer market window gets smaller, the news gets bigger. So isn't that such a great thing? Today, we're going to go straight into it. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot going on there. Guys, I don't even read the news anymore because I don't have to. We have Antonio. He does all the work for us, and nobody does it better than Antonio. Antonio, so what's the news today?
There's a lot of news. I would say, okay, so if I were to classify the news in certain ways, I would say that today there's 3 very serious pieces of news. And then there's some, and then of course there's the speculation. So there's always going to be some speculation, but then today there's some serious news because it was confirmed by big people. So, okay, so like the video is or the stream is titled, Florenzi is red and black.
Yes.
That is the biggest news of the day. It's a done deal for Alessandro Florenzi.
Celebrate.
Yeah, it was confirmed by Romano and Di Marzio. And they're saying that he could already be in Milano to probably either right now already, like in the morning, or going there for tomorrow because he's going to do his medicals. We never know for sure when, if he might delay a day or if he's actually going. But the season is starting on Monday, so it's probably looking like he wants to get there quickly, and he's been ready to leave for a while. And so for the terms of the deal, it's a 1 million loan for 1 season and then a 4.5 million option to buy. So Milan negotiated it perfectly how they wanted. And Florenzi, just to show how much he's interested in the team, he actually declined 1 month of his Roma salary to help close the deal for financial terms. So we have good. He's Italian, so that helps, and we have looks like a very good character in the locker room, and he's experienced. So it looks like we're getting a very good player that's interested in playing for the team.
Yes, that's amazing news. The fact that he sacrificed a month's salary, the guy wants Milan. But when you have players that are doing everything they can to come to your team, you know that these players are going to put their heart into it. We know that Florenzi is a guy that plays with his heart. He is the typical Italian player that is part of the national teams that wins these huge games that are all heart, all character. This is a crazy, crazy purchase, and it's such a low-key purchase because it's a player, but everybody thinks he's nothing. This is a player that is not going to make any headlines. But you guys will see what a great tactical purchase Milan has acquired. 3 players in one, fullback, mezzala, and winger. So, guys, he's a balance maker. This is A+, A+ from Milan. And the terms, amazing. Amazing terms. 1 million, and then next season, 4 million to get him. Maldini, grazie. We don't have the money PSG does, but with the money that we got, we're doing great work.
Exactly. Roy, I gotta ask you before I move on, what are you drinking, my man?
This?
Yeah.
This is some, I don't know what it is. It's like a vegetable juice.
You make it yourself?
No.
Oh, nice. You just pick that up, or?
It's like lemon. It's like some kind of lemonade.
Oh,
It's
does it
got
taste
kale.
good or is it just like healthy?
It's healthy and it tastes kind of like lemonade. It has kale. It has spinach.
Yeah.
It has all these kind of healthy kind of
Do you just so
foods.
you just go to a place and buy it or?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. Okay. I'm just
one
interested.
one in the morning, one at night to kind of detox the body.
Exactly. And then in between you can just eat whatever you want, right? No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
I try not to.
I'm just kidding. All right. So back to the news. So we have three main pieces of news. That was the first one. The second one, which is confirmed by Di Marzio and Romano today, also, is that talks are serious and they're continuing over Bakayoko.
Yeah,
And they're not advanced yet, but they're kind of building towards that. And what I've noticed is when Romano posts um, like news about Milan, usually it's definitely true, but he never over speculates things. He tells it as it is. So this is serious 100%, and it would make sense because Bakayoko is a very reasonable. I think I read a report that says that personal terms are practically agreed. He likes Milan. Milan need a defensive midfielder who's cheap and is a backup, and it would be another loan because Chelsea automatically extended his contract like they did with Giroud this season. So it's looking like it's going to be another loan. Chelsea don't need him whatsoever, so that's a very likely scenarios that we pick him up.
yeah. So now Bakayoko. Okay, I was saying in a few weeks ago when the name Bakayoko was being thrown out there that this is a player that could be a problem in the locker room if he doesn't get the minutes he wants. But at the end of the day, we kind of just have to uh, just hope or just go by the fact that he's a professional football player and he has to accept his role, whatever it's going to be. But if we can get Bakayoko, Benacer, Tonali, Kessi, those are four midfielders, and you have Florenzi that you can put in there, and maybe you have an Adli that you can put in there, and then you have Calabria if you need. Guys, we're talking about a midfield that not many teams in Europe have, guys. Huh? We're talking about a very special midfield. So Bakayoko, another great operation at this point, I think. Remember, we are not PSG. We are not Man City. We're not Man U. We're not Man this. We're not Man that. We cannot go and spend 90, 100 million for players. This is not who we are right now. So don't even be mad about that. Just accept who we are and what we do according to what we have and what we can do. And so far, with what we have already done and what we are adding, this is looking really good, guys. Very positive. So Bakayoko in, Florenzi in. So far, looks like we are making a nice, solid fortress.
Yeah, I have just 2 points. The first one is I'm definitely satisfied with the Bakayoko signing. I would take him over Adli any day of the week. I think that if so, I just saw this comment about financial fair play. It's definitely a joke, but you know, it's a good point because Florenzi is going to be a 1 million loan. Bakayoko is going to be a loan for we don't know how much, but very short. And Pellegri's, which we'll get to later, is looking like also a loan. So we're not even investing at all, and we're getting good players. I mean, well, we can debate how good they are, but we're getting squad filling players that we need, and interesting players. So it's definitely a good position. I would just say that in order for me to be to give this a really high grade Mercato, by the way, this definitely improves the Mercato. Like before I said we were at a 6. Now I'm saying we're probably at a 7. But to get to 8 or 9, I'm still thinking we need to have a surprise like um, attacking player signing. And I think that if they save money, if they're saving money on a lot of these squad fillers by getting very cheap deals, I think that's kind of leaving it as a possibility for a signing that maybe we can talk about later on. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
And listen, let's also be realistic about something else. Last season, it was the same thing. It was all loans. All of them were loans that we bought. But we're pretty much doing kind of the same thing we did last season. Right now, this is Milan, and this is how we have to accept it. Until we got to see how we do in this Champions League. We got to finish in the top four again. We got to see how it goes. But we already have such a strong foundation. These players that they're adding right now, I love the names.
Yeah, and I think last summer the biggest signing for us was Tonali. I would I'm sure everyone would agree unless I'm forgetting someone. We re-signed Ibra, but Tonali was like a young player with a lot of potential, and we still have him. And we actually renegotiated that deal. So I think this summer, obviously, the biggest financial signing was Tomori for 28 million. I would say the difference to maybe why we can expect something in addition is because we made the Champions League this year, and we want to maybe build from our team. So that's why I'm suspicious that something we may be trying to see an opportunity for an attacking player. But
yeah, and listen, the thing is, if you really know Milan, you shouldn't be expecting an attacking one of the marquee signing now. Okay, so if you're one of these guys that thinks that Milan is going to buy a big player tomorrow, then you don't know Milan. Milan is going to wait till those last days. It's always been like that. It'll always be like that. And people are saying, well, this is not the Galliani era. But Maldini learns from Galliani. There is a reason why Galliani did it that way. And it's because those last days is when things happen. I'm sure Milan have their sights on some players. I'm sure Antonio will go through them. And they'll happen, guys. As I said, as the transfer market gets smaller, the news gets bigger.
Yep. And my other point it's like a question I wanted to ask you is, do you think Bakayoko is better than Meite?
Yes.
You think 100%.
So? Yeah.
So
it's a huge upgrade for Meite.
I would say AC Milan Bakayoko in the past was an upgrade, of course, to Meite. But I'm not sure. He didn't have the best season with Napoli. He was okay. So I'm not sure if he can, get to that level again. But I don't think he'll be worse than Meite. So I think it's definitely a good signing. And plus, Meite would have been $8 million to buy, even though I don't think I would have liked to keep him because I thought he was pretty decent with us and he's a good squad filler. But I think this is better financially. So.
Oh yeah. No, I think Bakayoko is a better player.
Yep. Okay. So that's pretty much that.
All right. Okay. So Florenzi, Bakayoko, we knocked them out of the park.
Yep.
What's next?
So the next one someone commented was actually a surprise, a big surprise for most people, including me. So Pietro Pedlegri, which is a 20-year-old Italian, which is something that Roy is obsessed with, Italian players. He plays for Monaco, and I actually had to do a lot of research because back in 2016 or 17, when he was really like the most known, I kind of was not following football too much, so I had to kind of research this. But other people that I know are following, so they kind of told me about the hype around this person. So basically, when he was, I think, he made his Serie A debut at 15 years old, and when he was 16 or 17, he was sold for 31 million euros from Genoa to Monaco, and that was in 2017. And basically, he's been there ever since. But he's had muscle injury problems, so he's played very minimal games. And now Monaco are open to loaning him, and Milan, as we know, have been interested in a young striker, like a terza punta, to go behind Giroud and Ibra. So this makes sense. It'll be very cheap. It'll be another loan move. And basically, it was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and Di Marzio today that talks are ongoing with Monaco for this player. And I mean, in the highlights that I saw of him, I didn't see a whole game yet. He can finish with both feet, and he looks to be physically pretty strong. But he looks, he's only 20 years old, so he still needs more time to develop, and he has to stay healthy. So it's a gamble, but it looks like he has talent. And he's familiar with Italy, so it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Well, we need Italian players for the quarter one. And two, this is kind of what I was saying. We don't need to go to Brazil to find a Caio Jorge. They're very Italian players, very the same. This guy is kind of the same. A 20-year-old youngster that supposedly a lot of people thought he was going to be the next big thing. I remember him. I remember when he played for Genoa. I remember seeing him play. I thought he did a big mistake going outside of France, because outside of Italy, because in Italy they nurture the players. If they're Italian, they will nurture the players and they'll grow them and they'll accommodate them towards the national team. But once they leave out of Italy, they don't give a shit. They will put you on the bench. You mean nothing, outside of Italy. So I thought he did a big mistake going outside. I think any Italian that goes outside of Italy makes a huge mistake. There are very few examples of Italians that go outside of Italy and do well. So I don't know who his agent is. Do you know who his agent is? Does it say?
I do not know, but I'll find that out in like a couple seconds. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, so I thought it was a very strange decision that he went to Monaco. He should have stayed at Genoa. I mean, what's the difference between Monaco and Genoa? Really, there's really not that much difference. Or he could have went to another club in Italy. But anyway, the profile Milan wanted was a young third striker. Couldn't it be any more perfect than that? A young 20-year-old that can learn from Giroud, that can learn from Ibra. A player that at 16 already debuted in the Serie A, that has already had 4 years in top division football, as a 16-year-old all the way to 20. I mean, again, guys, I will repeat this because I know the Milan fans are going to get salty because they see that PSG is selling media, buying players. But we are not in that position. For the position that we are, Milan is doing an excellent job, and this player is great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I looked up, and it says that I don't really know much about them, but his agent is listed as GR Sports. I don't really know much about them, but if I'm thinking about it, like if you ask me who I'd rather have, this guy or Scamacca, honestly, Scamacca's maybe a better player right now, and this guy gets injury prone, but like Scamacca costs so much more. This guy is can be a very high risk, high reward player. And it's not really that much. I guess it's not even that high of a risk because he's going to be our third striker and we're not paying much for him. So his upside is very high. I don't know. I think I'm not against this move whatsoever. I trust the management. And I just hope that we can keep him healthy because.
Yeah, look, Antonio, look. I mean, here Ricardo says he's made out of glass, right? But and then I want to go to the Scamacca thing. Scamacca is not going to go in a team and be a third striker. At this point, Scamacca needs to be a starter in a mid-table team or a second choice in a top 6 forward team. I mean, being a third striker for Scamacca would not be advancing his career. Pellegri is more suited for the role as a third striker because remember, you're a third striker. You're not going to get that much playing time. You're not going to get that much playing time. But the playing time that you are going to get, we're going to need quality. There are not many players that are going to come to a team and choose that role and accept that role as a third striker. How many times have you heard Well, I mean, how many times have you heard players say that every time I don't get chosen by the coach, it burns me. Mi brucia. Brucia non giocare. So, for a player like Pellegri, a 20-year-old, still a youngster, he knows it. He's been on the bench quite a lot at Monaco. Be it sitting on the bench at Milan is not that bad for him. Actually, it's not that bad for him. And another thing about the injuries before I move on is that yes, he's had injuries, but it doesn't mean he's going to always have injuries. Yeah, I mean, Del Piero had that injury when he was young. I remember everybody saying that it was over. We're never going to see Del Piero again. But after a few years, Del Piero came. Well, after one season, Del Piero came back, and he never had any more big injuries. He won a World Cup. He won the high score of the Serie A. He won Scudettis. So, yeah. And I think he's a good choice. You do make a good point here with our old center forward. He'll get plenty of time. Will end up as loud number again. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think this is a worst case scenario, Ricardo. This is a worst case scenario. You cannot.
So, what I would want to see happen is, obviously get this guy. Like, he looks like he will be signed, or at least it's serious. So once we sign him, if we do, honestly, just get him into the team as quick as possible. And then by the time the first Coppa Italia game comes, we need to be giving, instead of risking, playing our actual strikers, we definitely need to be giving him pretty much the whole game and all the Coppa Italia games, and to give him as much playing time as possible, and to reserve and manage Giroud and Ibra. So I think Pioli has to be smart. It's tempting to play Ibra every single game, but you can't. It's just not going to work out. So
yeah, it's not going to work out.
Personally, I just want to say, I think if Ibra comes back, we have to. This season is going to be kind of a time where we can maybe judge Pioli a little bit with based on how he manages these players, because he's getting more of what he wants. I think he's getting a defensive player like Florenzi. He got Giroud, and he's getting a lot of these signings that I'm sure he has a say in. So it's interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, I do 100%. I agree with you, Antonio. This season, especially with that Champions League, especially now knowing what players are like during the season with their injuries and whatnot, he needs to show his ability of his management skills. Need to really come out. His human resources management needs to really come out. But I do 1,000,000 gazillion% agree with our Pit. Get Belotti next year, man is a child of Milanista quality striker who has performed well in Torino. I honestly think that is going to happen. Rohit, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Pellegri holds the ball too long and stays in the tackle too long. Could be the cause of some injuries. He can grow and be taught out of these habits. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well,
I would agree.
Listen, I think if Pellegri comes as your third striker, I think it's a great choice. I think it's a great option. Great option.
Yeah, I would agree, because, like you said, we need to get a third. We need to get a third striker, anyways. And getting a lot of these players like Caio George, I think they would suffer being the third striker. Because a lot of these, Caio George comes from playing every game for Santos, and he was actually scoring goals. Just to be if he came to Milan as a third striker, he'd be benched anyways. Pellegri definitely would be grateful for the opportunity to come and play for Milan. So I think he won't mind. And plus, he's been injured anyway, so he's gonna have to get used to playing with a good team again in the Champions League. So I think it makes sense to get him. There won't be any issues with him.
Yeah. Tonight, we're not going to open up the lines. Guys, it's going to be a fairly short stream. We're not going to do a long stream. Okay, keep on going.
Yeah. So should we move on to the next player?
Yes. Okay. So I think we knocked out of the park Bakayoko, knocked out of the park Florenzi, and knocked out of the park Pellegri. What's next?
Okay. So the next thing is kind of an idea that some news sources are talking about, which is we're both interested, both very excited about. I do have to say that there was a little bit of a blow, but I still think this is possible, and I'll explain in a second. But basically, there's an idea that Milan are trying or to create funds and to make a move for Berardi before the end of the Mercato. And basically, the reason why the sources are saying this is because Sassuolo reportedly would want 30 million instead of 35, and Berardi would like to leave this summer.
So we're talking about Berardi, huh?
Yeah. James, I just looking at Rohit's comment here. James said on his Twitch channel today. I actually did see like just now like English news sources talking about James. I didn't really have anything planned for him, but I can get to that. I can pull up some news after we talk about Berardi. But basically, getting back to Berardi, the blow that I was talking about was that I just read somewhere that the Sassuolo president, typical. What gets me pissed off about Italian presidents is they always make their or Italian team presidents. They always make it so hard for other Italian teams to come and buy players, except if that team is Juventus, because if you saw with the president today basically said that we haven't received any formal offers for Berardi yet, and we don't want to sell him, even though he wants to leave. And he said that it took us this like weeks to negotiate for Locatelli with Juventus, and basically it's going to be like a 2-year loan with like I think obligation or option to buy that's going to be reclaimed after. So it's like a formula that Juventus, like with Chiesa, they were able to negotiate this weird formula so they don't have to pay all the money hands down, because Juventus, their financial situation is not good as well. So, but for us, they're making it sound like there's no possibility for us to negotiate some sort of deal like that.
Why not?
Are you talking about with me or the comment?
No, with you.
Well, you're saying why he's negotiating?
You said that they wouldn't do a negotiation like that with Milan. Is that what you said?
That's what the owner made it sound like, because in his interview he was saying that we just did this long deal with Locatelli, and we're not looking to sell Berardi unless like a good offer comes in, and basically trying to play hardball. So
right.
it's just a pain. But I think, look, 30 million is the price tag, and I think if Milan like present like a decent offer, there may be room to negotiate, but as of now, there hasn't been an offer made. So,
so the Sassuolo manager president is super rich, so money is not a problem for him or for the club. They're just talking. It could very well happen that the Berardi thing can happen. Okay, it keeps on coming out in the Milan universe that Pioli's first choice for that right wing is Berardi. Pioli said, when they go to Pioli, who do you want? If there's one player that you would want the most, who would it be? He would say Domenico Berardi. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do all they can to get him. And if they do, mamma mia, ragazzi, we're going to have what a season we're going to have. I'm very positive that this can happen, but I'm also positive that this James Rodriguez can happen. I think it's one or the other. It's not both. I don't think it's both. It's one or the other. Now, Pellegri said that according to his sources, Milan is very close to signing a right winger, attacking midfielder, but not an Italian, a foreigner. To me, that could be James Rodriguez, or Pellegri is told by the Milan management to throw a curveball, but it seems that Milan are very close to signing this right winger, attacking midfielder right winger.
Do you have a name, or are you just saying that's what he was? He didn't reveal the name yet.
He did not reveal the name. He did not reveal the name. He said all he knows is that it is a foreigner. But then Longoni was talking about Berardi. Then these other guys were talking about Berardi. Then this news came out about Berardi. We know that Pioli's first choice is Berardi. So let's see where this is going.
Yeah, I mean, we don't okay, let's be honest. We don't know what's going to happen whatsoever because the names can just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But, of course, Milan are going to try, I would hope, to get some sort of player to put into that, attacking three behind the striker. So that's a necessity at this point because we need another option in those positions. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, it's definitely coming, but not this week. If it's when it's going to happen next week.
It's going to be last week of the Mercato,
Yeah, it's going to happen last week. Yeah.
And I mean, look, I hope we dominate against Sampdoria. I'm not sure what to expect, but if that game could be a wake-up call if our offense, doesn't
if we
click.
lose, if we lose, but I don't think we are going to lose. But honestly, I think Milan has their sights on who they want and what they want to get, and I think they'll get it. They'll get it. They'll get the players that they need. They'll get the right players for the team, and I think that it's going to be an incredible season. I think Milan is back.
Roy
Milan is back.
Can I ask you? I was watching the Serie A predictions today, and I kind of don't remember where you would put Milan individually. So where would you put them on the table again?
I put them second.
Okay, and you think Atalanta are gonna win it?
Yeah.
Do you think Milan have a chance to win it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I
respect
either Atalanta or Milan are gonna win it. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I respect that. For me, it's kind of the same, except I would put Juventus as first and Milan second. But it depends on the Mercato. So
yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Sabitzer linked to Roma. Yeah, honestly, I don't care about Sabitzer. My dream is Berardi. I want Berardi. If Berardi comes, it's going to be amazing.
Roy, do you think Berardi, since you said that you think tactically it would we need to have balance, do you think Berardi provides the balance in your opinion?
It depends on how the team is set up. But if you have Florenzi and Bakayoko, then your options become much bigger. You have much more variety, and you can do many more things. So yes, and Berardi can also be used as a second striker. You play Berardi as a second striker on the left, and maybe Ibra on the right. Imagine a 4-4-2, and you have Florenzi as the winger, Berardi as the second striker, and Ibra as the first striker. Are you kidding me?
Yep. I'm interested to see what we play with in the first game because, it'll be interesting. I think Rohit said he predicts a very attacking formation against Sampdoria. So,
yeah, we'll see. I think they will probably go with it's either the 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2, or the 4-2-3-1. It's one of those, but we'll see what they do. I will do a prediction of the formation on Sunday. Sunday night, I will do a short video of what I think I will see. And I'm looking at Sampdoria. I'm studying Sampdoria a little bit. So I'll do a nice presentation of what I think we will see the next day.
Yep. And I'm seeing a lot of comments about Bayern's like finances, and I just wanted to point out this thing that I saw today on Instagram, and it said the transfer activity of like the top leagues, and it said number one with over €1 billion euros spent was the Premier League. Number two with 440 million euros spent was Serie A, and the last place league was La Liga with only 150 million euros spent. So basically, if you look at La Liga compared to the Premier League, it's like 900 million more spent.
Where did we spend all this money?
Serie A, I would say Milan spent a decent amount, but not, of course, not too much. That's interesting. I know Roma spent 40 million for Abraham and some other players. I know Juventus got Locatelli, but not many other players. They had Caio George. Inter signed Dumfries. Dzeko was basically a free transfer. So I don't know where that money, but apparently Serie A spent the second most.
I do want to say something that I have noticed right away from the ESPN pundits and all the English media. Because the English market is so hyped up, it just creates this sense of like, greatness, right? And already there's so much negativity thrown at Italian football, at the Serie A, and all this crap. And then you'll see next year, again, the Italian teams will be underestimated. The national team will be underestimated. Same thing. It's Groundhog Day every single time. And all this stuff does nothing but gives advantages to Milan, to Italy, and Italian teams.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, the next piece of news is kind of like I never really know what to make of these news because it's like you get pieces of news that say Milan have made an offer for a player, but then the biggest news sources don't confirm it. So basically, it's not confirmed whatsoever. But there's some news sources saying that Milan made an offer of like around 10 million for Grilic, which is this like Austrian midfielder. I don't really know much about him, but he looks like to be like a defensive or central midfielder. So, yeah, that's just like something I read, but I don't think it's true whatsoever.
Grilic, yeah, I've heard about this. I don't know much about him, so it's not a name that I can really say that excites me. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If it comes to fruition, great. If it doesn't, then whatever. I'm happy with Bakayoko. I'm happy with Florenzi. I'm happy with Adli.
You said you are happy with Adli.
Yeah, Adli is a youngster. He's not. We need, you always need that youngster to be the last one in line, and it's important for your team, for the training. It pushes everyone. It pushes the youngster. Essentially, you want to have at least 5 midfielders. Right now, with Florenzi and Bakayoko, we have 6, really. We have Kessi, Benasser, Tonali, Bakayoko if he comes, Florenzi 5. Okay, so we have 5 because Florenzi can be used that, and Ali 6, right? So that's pretty good.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask Rohit or anyone else in the chat if I just saw this Roma comment. Number one, I'm guessing Roma have spent the most in Serie A if they spent 100 million. Number two,
all for crap players, to be honest with you.
Abraham isn't crap, but he did cost them 40 million, so not cheap whatsoever. Shomorodov has been scoring for them in different games, but he's not like too amazing. Reynolds is very young and still very sloppy at times. Ibanez is okay, but he kind of has made some mistakes. But
guys, Haaland is not going to Real Madrid. Lion Bell. Just don't even think about that. He's not going to Real Madrid. Yeah, Mbappe probably, but Haaland, not a chance. All right, go on. Let's move on. What's next, Antonio? What's up, Carlo?
Okay. The next, I just wanted to touch on Adli. It looks like the negotiations have kind of slowed. Rohit did say that the owner of Bordeaux is the ex-Lille owner. So I don't really think that has much to do with it, but it's just funny. But talks have slowed down, and I think it's because Bakayoko and other targets have been prioritized, I would say, as of now. So we don't know what will happen with him, but it's not as hot as it was last week.
Mm. Okay.
The other, Torino are closing in on Paul Bega for a loan deal. So just it's not done yet, but that's like his most likely destination.
What a weird situation. Basically, we're putting in Ali so we can put Ali on the bench, and we're getting out Paul Bega out so he can play. Maybe that's a positive thing that you can look at. But I really hope that this doesn't. This just gives me the premonition of a Pessina, Locatelli, Cristante, etc., etc. I hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. But yeah, Pobega to Torino. It's not a bad destination for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's other teams interested in him, but Torino are the most advanced. And so the next piece of news is just reports are saying that Milan bid like 10 million for this Grêmio fullback who plays in Brazil. His name is,
right.
I'm not exactly sure. I just read fullback, but his name is Vanderson. I would assume he's a right back, but basically it was rejected, and the player has a very high release clause. I think like 100 mil or something crazy, but I don't know. But they rejected the 10 million bid, and it's the end of story because we're getting Florenzi anyways. So I don't know how real it is, but I'm guessing Milan are probably have tested their luck in different markets, so could be real.
Okay, we don't really need another fullback, but okay, that's interesting. He's a right back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we have Florenzi.
Okay.
That was before we signed Florenzi, but
okay, all right. What else?
Okay, so this is kind of an interesting topic, and I kind of want to see what the chat has to say about this. But you guys kind of talked about it a little bit today on the other stream with Red Devil Studios. But Milan, the Puma unveiled Milan's third kit, yesterday, and it's been kind of like being like all these kits have been like kind of bullied on social media because they're basically copy and paste kits. So you have like a lot of teams, just from what I can remember, AC Milan, Manchester City, Rennes, I think Fenerbahce. There's Stade. I think yes, I said Rennes already. Some
Man
other
City.
teams. I see. Yeah, Man City. So all of these teams with Puma kit sponsors, they all release their third kits on the same day, and they all look like. They're all the same kit, basically. It's just the team's main colors with a bar and their name in the middle, and then they have like their logo on the shirt, and it's just different colors, basically, for every
whoever
team.
designed that needs to be fired.
Yeah, it's just like it didn't look bad on Giroud, but the kit itself is definitely not something that I would ever buy. And I hate how it's like looks mass produced, like Inter's kits are pretty amazing, if I'm being honest, especially their actual kit, like the snake skin. Like, why? Look, it's original, it's new. Like, why can't we get something original? Like
That's like something a pimp wears at a club, man. Come on.
What?
Like if you're going clubbing and you want to wear a nice snake skin shirt,
you don't like Inter's kit?
No, dude. I don't know.
No, Inter's kid. Most people love it, and I like it because it's like it looks new and like out of the box. I think Milan need to kind of. I wouldn't mind if they did something new, and tried something different. But this new kit is pretty like horrible, and I kind of like the third kits because they give you a chance to like do something creative, and it was pretty horrible.
I mean, the snake thing is just so like so trash, you know.
I mean, it's been highly rated by most people, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like it. Like the black and blue like snake skin pattern. I like it, but look, it's not my favorite. I just think it's better than Milan's third kit and kits in general this year. But yeah, like I don't know. I would like something new. I guess everyone in this chat just hates Inter's kit, but I swear, like on other people, like other streams, and in other videos, like that people rate it very highly, and I kind of like it. So
yeah, it's the kind of kit that either you really like it or you hate it because it's so extreme that it's the reaction can only be extreme either to one way or the other. There's no like meh. Because, I mean, it's a snake skin. It's like, what?
yeah, I don't know. I don't dislike it. I'm trying to think of my favorite kit this year, but it's kind of hard. I mean, I do like some of the Premier League kits, but in Serie A, the kits aren't like too good. Venezia's kit is good, but other than that.
Yeah, no, Premier League actually does have some pretty nice kits, I gotta say. Tottenham has some very cool kits, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the Puma's just been pretty horrible.
Well, it is what it is. But
Juve's third kit also dropped. It's pretty horrible as well.
Oh, really? What is it? I haven't seen it.
It's like yellow, blue. It's like neon.
Oh yeah,
yellow.
yeah. I saw it.
It's pretty horrible.
Yeah. All right.
Roma's kits are a downgrade as well.
A downgrade?
Yeah.
Well, hey, as long as they play good football, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean Milan's kits, the colors that Milan has are amazing. Like red and black are awesome colors. Yeah. So no matter what happens, should be a good shirt. Like it'll look good when we play.
Yes. As long as we play good, you can wear anything. It doesn't matter. All right. What else do we have in the Milan world? So we talked about Florenzi, done deal. Bakayoko, a step away. Pellegri looks like
I'd say a couple steps away for Bakayoko. Not one step.
Couple steps away, Bakayoko. Pellegri seems to be the most plausible third choice striker. Because of his age and because of the role that he needs to be in. Then we spoke about Berardi, which right now the president is playing hardball, but we know that's who he is, but he did bring down the price. Berardi did say he wants to leave the club. Berardi is ready to move. As we know, Berardi is officially on the market. We know that Pioli wants Berardi. So there's a lot of connections and links that could bring to Berardi. Then we have the Pellegri thing, in which he said that Milan has pretty much almost signed this foreign player who can play right wing, and he's more of a 7 than a 10, but he can play both. The name that I thought about was James. That's probably who we're thinking about. If you connect all the dots, that's probably the player. So I think it's going to be either Berardi or James. I don't think it's either or.
What a signing James would be.
James would be an excellent signing.
That'd be great for that would improve the quality for sure. Okay, honestly, you want to make a poll? Like if we could sign one of these attacking players, who would you want to sign? Berardi, James, Ziyech, just one.
All right. Well, I just did a poll. Do you like the third Puma kit?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And let's see what the result is. 61% no, 38% said yes. Okay, so let's see. Well, guys, I know that everybody's going to say James, but I'm telling you, for me, it's Berardi, 100%. Which, and then that's it, really, right? That's all the players that are currently in the market.
Well, yeah, I have two other pieces to talk about.
Oh, go ahead.
One is that Cagliari are interested in Conti, and it looks like Milan are really trying to sell him. Honestly, I think whatever team ends up getting him, it's going to be for a very cheap deal, and it's going to be a bargain because I don't think he's this bad. That I think he's a decent player, if he stays healthy. But they're looking like Cagliari wants him. And the last thing is, the usual reports are saying that PSG are still interested in Theo, so they're not leaving us alone.
I know that. I know that. I know that. You just know that.
They can't find another left back. They have to come bothering for like the highest rated ones.
They are going to do that until the end of the season, guys. Actually, it is possible that we might even lose him. So don't even be surprised if that happens.
If they table a bid for like 70 million for Theo, it could happen. But as of now, both the club and player would like to stay. They're working on a pay rise for him. And this brings me to Kessie also, because I saw one comment. There's no real news saying that Kessie's going to leave, but I've seen like some like very unreliable articles saying that, they're not agreeing to a deal, so they could sell him. Kessie said in an interview back that he wants to stay with Milan and they're working on a negotiation with him. So the fact, like, those news saying that he's going to leave aren't reliable as of now. Anything can happen, of course, but don't really believe them.
For some reason, I don't feel too worried about Kessie. Like, I honestly think that Kessie is going to be dealt with, and we're going to find the solution for Kessie. I'm not worried with Kessie. I think it's in Kessie's best interest to stay at Milan also, because Kessie he has been given the keys to the team, and I think it's better to get your experience in the Champions League with Milan, such a big club. Maybe if you want to leave in a few years, you play it smart. Don't go right now for a team in which you don't even know if you will be, in the starting lineup. Kessie is literally the engine of this team. He's the most important piece of this team. Why would he leave?
Yep.
Now, I do want to say something. If Theo leaves, I wonder what that means tactically, because if he does leave, that means we have to get another fullback.
Exactly.
And if we don't get another fullback, that means that Kerkez is going to be the next.
No, if Theo leaves, we'd sign somebody. But I mean, that's the thing. I don't think Milan would accept a. The ball's in Milan is in Milan's court. So,
boss,
would Milan really accept a bid of whatever towards the end of the Mercato when they would have no time to sign another left back? If Milan does it, they'd have to have someone lined up already. So,
guys, for a minute, it seems Mukesh has bought Serie rights, so the games will be on MTV. Wow,
what? MTV?
Like the music channel. Well, at least it got done. At least it got done. You can say that. Rohit was probably responsible for it because he pushed them. Rohit sent Serie a message telling him, "Yo, get your ish together," and So that's good. Good news. Very good. There's no need to sell Theo. Yeah, we should not be selling Theo. I mean, we should keep our best players because we are a team that does not – we're not a selling team. We're a winning team, okay? So we need to keep –
We're not a selling team. We're a giving away team with Donnarumma and Hakan. I'm just kidding. You guys
Let's-
know that I don't mind whatsoever. I like Manyan.
yeah. Did you guys read about Donnarumma's interview? I saw some quotes. I don't mind it. I love the guy to death. So whatever he says,
Roy
to me,
has
it doesn't matter.
posters. Roy actually bought his goalkeeping jersey for PSG this season. So,
Hey guys, honestly, if I would sell all of Milan players just to buy back Donnarumma. Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Manyan is so good. I can't believe it.
it's all right, guys.
We
It's
have a
okay.
good goalkeeper. We need to invest in other positions.
I'm happy with Manyan. I think he's going to be great. Actually, to be honest with you, I love what I've seen so far. I honestly love what I've seen so far. I love his attitude. He seems super confident he's super confident, and he's solid. He saved the penalty. He saved the penalty too.
You know, I actually just remembered. I saw like a top, like the Serie A 11 for the most valuable players that we have.
Davide Romano.
And it says that since Hakimi left, Calabria is now the most valuable right back in the league. Teo is still the most valuable left back, and Manyan is the most valuable goalkeeper in the league. So we still basically have Handanovic is a good keeper, but he's old. And so we have like basically the best goalkeeper in the league still.
Wait, according to what? According to what?
Transfer market, like for their ratings.
Really?
Yeah.
Calabria is the most valuable
full right back.
Score
only 25 million though, but he's still
right. If Calabria was English, he would be 260 million.
The English tax.
The English tax.
Grealish 100 million.
Yeah. I don't think we'll miss Donnarumma. Mike will be fine. Yeah, Mike will do a great job. Mike will do. He gives me confidence to the defense. True.
Roy, at this rate, Milan.
Go ahead.
I feel like at this rate, Milan could win the treble, and you'll still be missing Donnarumma next season.
No, I will miss Donnarumma forever, guys.
Exactly.
Forever. Feeling bad for all the times I hate on Donnarumma, miss him. Yeah, Donnarumma is a great person. Calabria is so good. I agree. Calabria is so good. And Florenzi will push him. Plus, we'll save a shit ton of money in wages and headache from the fat man, Raiola. Rohit, he owns a cricket team, right? So will he invest big in Serie A? Let's see. What was Rohit? No,
have you guys... Roy, have you I've been watching any of the Coppa Italia first round games on Paramount?
I have not.
I've been watching the highlights. There's this player on Genoa that actually looks really good.
What's his name?
I don't even know because the jerseys didn't have their names for the game. I don't think, but I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna use OneFootball to see the stats because he scored a nice curler.
Carlo, I'm sorry, man, but I still love the guy. I know he gets a lot of clown emojis, but I still love the guy. He won best player of the tournament in the Euros. You know, if he's not with Milan, he's with Italy. So exactly, Paul. What's up, Paul? Paul says exactly. Carlo, number 99 to me doesn't exist anymore since he left us. Pirlo was pushed out by Count Max. Count Max.
He's a player from Sierra Leone. His name is Yaya Colon, and he's 20 years old. It looks like a new player. I haven't heard of him, but he played for Savona, and Genoa, I think, just signed him this year. So he looks good from the only game that I saw him. So if he has a great season this year, I call it now.
Okay, excellent.
Also, the Conference League games started today, and Roma won 2-1 against like Trabzonspor, and
Oh, Roma won?
yeah, but it was a close
Nice.
game.
Yes.
Trabzonspor actually signed they signed Gervinho and Cornelius from Parma, and they have Hamsik.
Wow. And they have Bruno Perez. And they
Trabzonspor
have,
has that?
yeah, and they have someone else. I can't remember who. Another really good player.
Yeah, also Tottenham lost 1-0 in the Conference League. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for them. Like, I don't know if they're like if there's other like games they have to play, or if they just got eliminated because it was like some sort of, I don't know if it was qualifiers or something. That was confusing.
Isn't it crazy that they beat Man City, arguably the best team in the world, and then they lose to a Conference League team? Like, what?
Exactly, and this is why. So I wanted to tell Lyart this in the like when you guys were talking about the Premier League in the other stream today. Lyart was saying Manchester City are going to come 5th place. Tottenham are up there. I was like, Lyart, it's literally one game. You're just because they beat Manchester City. Kane, you don't know if he's going to play. Their team isn't. Their coach. I don't really rate the coach too high. I mean, he's a decent coach, but I mean, if they lose Kane, they're much worse than what they were last year. So I don't really rate them too high yet.
Okay, so the poll ended. Berardi wins with 35%, Isco 28%, James 21%, Ziyech
Isco
14%.
28%. Wow.
I mean, Isco is a good player, my man.
No. I can't.
What?
He looks out of shape.
I don't know about that, but all right, fine. Hey, to each his own. So the great one and only, let me say a mismention. The great one and only Davide Romano asks, is Messi getting the Ballon d'Or? Well, let me actually put that here in the poll. What do you think?
The candidates, as far as I'm concerned, are going to be Lewandowski, Messi. I would say maybe a nomination for Jorginho because of like the fact that he won the Euros and the Champions League, and then probably Conte as well. I don't know. I'm probably missing some people, but those are the main ones that I think of. And I would say because Messi's stats are very good, I would say that he could definitely win it. Lewandowski that won the league, and he scored 40 goals, so he could also win it as well. But it depends. If they're going by trophies, Jorginho. If they're going by like straight up performance, Lewandowski. But if they're going by a mixture of both, Copa America was like a monumental win for Messi, and he played really well. So it's really tough.
His stats in the Copa America were crazy, man. Absolutely insane.
I thought, though, that in the final, De Paul was the best player on the field.
Yeah, on the field, De Paul was definitely the best player. And Di Maria had the most decisive moments. But overall, his stats were just crazy. Like, out of 11 goals, he was involved. Out of 12 goals, he was involved in 11. Something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Roy, do you think the best striker in the world right now is Lewandowski?
No.
Really? Who is it?
The best striker?
Number 9.
The best number 9?
I don't know. I can't see how you can't say Lewandowski after he scored 40 goals. He won the treble 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, it has to be between him, like pure number 9s.
Yeah, not like a forward player, just like a striker.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It has to be him.
I have a feeling that Bayern are going to keep him for one more year and sign Erling Haaland next year.
Yeah, that's obviously going to happen. There's absolutely no doubt that's going to happen. Bayern have a mafia. They are the mafia of Bayern. You know what? It's actually possible that Bayern placed Haaland at Dortmund, just so he can grow there, get some experience, and then as soon as they get rid of Lewandowski next season, Haaland goes to Bayern. This is how much I think Bayern has control over that whole league.
It is crazy how Borussia Dortmund just conveniently are denying any massive bids from Chelsea to keep him for a year for his release clause to activate, because Bayern can definitely pay the release clause next year. So it's crazy.
And the Germans help each other. The Germans help each other. They're not the rivalry between the Germans is not like it's not like the Italians that they all hate each other and they want to kill each other and all that crap. The Germans have a different kind of relationship. They're all in it to win it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the financial situation in Italy needs to. It's like so. Obviously, Italy has spent more money than the other leagues, except for the Premier League. But most of the players that like Italy are signing aren't valued too high. But I mean, at this point, it's going to come down to just PSG in England that are going to be buying all the players. So
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Milan is still going to kick their asses, so it doesn't matter.
If Milan win the Champions League, like with the spending that like they have, and compared to the other teams, it would just be like such a humiliation for some of these teams.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's finish with some Champions League talk. We've done 1 hour of Milan news. We don't want to do that much more. So Champions League, I said that the treble is actually possible. So, I honestly think that if everything goes with a little bit of luck, well, maybe a lot of luck, and everything goes the way it should go, Milan can win the Champions League.
That's so. It's a possibility, like you said. Like, it's always going to be a possibility if you're in the Champions League, because anything can happen. But realistically, like, I haven't made a prediction myself, because I have to see, that once our group, I think, is going to determine it, is going to determine the outcome of, how far we get. So, I don't know. I think Milan can definitely make it to the round of 16 for sure. And then I would see them, like, getting eliminated in the quarterfinals, but it depends on the path that they have. So, it's definitely a possibility that they make it very far.
Yeah. I honestly think that even just by judging how they played against Man U last season, that's a Champions League team. We were unlucky because we had key players injured. That's the thing that we got to watch out for is our injuries. One thing that I'm not confident in is one thing I'm not confident in is the injury situation. It's like every single year we have so many injuries. It's like, and we're the only team that has all these injuries. Like, what's going on? Something at Milanello is not right. Something is not right.
Yeah, how I see it is, if Milan, like, if you look at how they played against Man United and against good teams, their defense was really good. It's just the fact that we didn't have an attack because of the injuries. I think if you have healthy Ibra in the Champions League, and you have like a James or some sort of playmaker, or a right winger, someone extra, we have a very good chance of beating a lot of good teams. Because you have to score goals against good defenses. If you play against Inter this year, their attack isn't as good, but their defense is still De Vrij, Skriniar, and Bastoni. So you still have to score against that. So we need an attack. That's what I think.
Yeah, and look, you said luck plays into it, all that stuff. It's true, and there is a moment in Milan where we were at a Manchester United channel today. So speaking of Manchester United, speaking of the devil, oh my God, that works so good! Wow, Damn, that worked so well.
We're devils too.
Speaking of the devil, in 2007, we had that semifinal game, one of Milan's best games in their history. We were super healthy. Our team everybody was super fit. Everybody was 100%. Everyone was super healthy. While Manchester United had problems, I can't remember the defenders' names. They just came back from a long injury, so they weren't super fit. So, but that kind of luck has to play into it. If this happens, yes, guys, we will be celebrating number 8.
That would be something, man, if we can celebrate soon. But I think we still need to rebuild a bit more. But anything's possible. If that were to happen, I would probably I'll shave my head on stream or something. Like, that would just be insane.
All right, okay, guys, you've heard it right now. It is a done deal. If we win the Champions League, Antonio is going to shave his head live on the stream.
This season. If we win it this season, I'll do it.
That's right, Davide Romano. We're getting number 8, and Psg will be sleeping. Milan has shitty medical. Yeah. Go ahead.
Not like in the next 5 years. I'm saying this season if we win.
All right, fine. You said it. This season, if we win the Champions League,
everyone
Antonio,
shaves their head on stream.
No, I'm not going to shave my head.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so guys, the poll is officially over, and the Ballon d'Or winner is going to be.
Oh, I never forgot to vote on that. Wait, let me just vote real quick.
Oh, I just.
Where's Lewandowski?
I just.
I would have voted. I would have voted for him.
Did it come through? Krunic wins the Ballon d'Or. 46%.
Best player in Bosnia. Huh?
Right. He already won the Ballon d'Or. Jorginho, 26%. Messi, only 20%.
I would have put Lewandowski, personally.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Traditionally, after Italia win, Milan always do well in Europe. And this is something that I was thinking about, Carlo Moretti. Very well said. Usually, Italy, 94, Italy almost won.
Here comes the history lesson, Roy.
Right. 94, Italy almost wins the World Cup. Milan wins the Champions League. 2006, Italy wins the World Cup. Milan wins the Champions League in 2007. So you can make those kind of relationships. Why not? 1990, we could have won that World Cup. Milan wins the Champions League. So, yeah, sure. Why not? There's a question for you, Antonio.
Yeah,
usually Italia. Well, this is actually a good point by Davide Romano. But usually Italia is represented by Milan players. This time, not. That's actually a great point. This is for you, Nick. Antonio.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think there's a chance we get James if Everton don't find a buyer? He's made it clear he doesn't want to be there. So I would just say 100% there's a chance. 100%. Because the longer the Mercato goes, the lower the prices get. Before we didn't know what his price was. I just saw reports saying 27 million Everton will give him up, but that price will keep going down the longer the window's up, and Milan are looking for opportunities. So there's definitely a chance, especially after what happened today on his stream. He doesn't look committed whatsoever. I don't know. So on loan, I don't know what Everton are willing to give him up for. I don't know if they'd want to loan him out, but so I don't know if there's a chance on loan, but there's a chance that we pick him up. I can't answer if it'll be on loan yet, but there's a good chance it happened. There's a chance it will happen 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the most realistic ones. James could be. Yeah, there's a lot of dots that connect those links. So It could. AC Milan. I think James will end up at Milan, if not this summer, then probably in January. It looks like it. It really does look like it. All right, let's do last poll, and then we finish the stream. What is the last poll? What do you want? Antonio, you choose the last poll. What do you want it to be?
I don't know. We could do like Champions League place prediction. We could do Serie A place prediction. Or we could do. I mean, I don't know. We already did like transfer polls, so.
There's actually an interesting question here about the Champions League that was quite interesting. Let me get counted. No, that one. Think about another poll.
Okay.
We'll do that poll. But here, this one. Udit, what group will you guys be pleased with? In all likelihood, we'll face two top teams, at least as we are in top four. Can I say something? I will say something. Are you guys ready? I think, honestly, guys, I think it's more of a problem for the big teams that know that in pot four, there's a devil that lurks in pot four, and there's a devil that nobody wants to meet. I think it's more a problem for them that they have to go into this Champions League knowing that there's a devil lurking in pot four. So we have to accept the fact that we are in pot four and we are going to be facing tough teams. So there's actually absolutely no point in being worried about it. We have to accept what comes, right? So it doesn't matter. Whatever comes our way, we will face it with the knife between our teeth, as they say. So I actually think that it's more a problem for the other teams that know there's a devil lurking in pot four. Man, what a great answer. Jesus. All right, go ahead.
I don't know about that because I think our squad depth isn't, and our finances, whatever, those teams are kind of juggernauts. But of course, when you get to the draw reactions, I'm sure if you watch draw reactions, whenever like pot four is being drawn at the team, the fans are going to be like, okay, we don't want Milan. We'll take we'll take Shakhtar over Milan or something. Or yeah, we want those teams over Milan as pot four because Milan is definitely like as of now, from what I've seen, like the hardest pot four team, of course. So, of course we want to be avoided.
Yeah, we want to be avoided.
I saw Man United, like, when in the Europa League draw, they were, like, Arsenal and Man United fans that I watched wanted to avoid Milan, of course, in the Europa League. So, it's definitely, we do put a little bit of fear into other teams. I agree.
Yeah. Honestly, like, let's just do the opposite. Let's say we were in pot one, right? Or pot two, and let's say Real Madrid was in pot four. You'd be like, well, out of all the teams in pot four, hopefully we don't get Real Madrid, right? That's what you would say, right? So it's actually what they're thinking. We just get whoever comes. It doesn't matter.
Yep, the draw is August 26th. And Eastbourne actually had a good comment. We're getting Chelsea because of the reunion with Lukaku against Romagnoli and Giroud and Tomori facing their old team. That'd be difficult.
Yeah, Chelsea, whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
The thing with Chelsea that's annoying is breaking them down is hard. They have a good system and their defense is really good. It'll be annoying. Yeah,
Chelsea is always a fortress. It's always a hard club to beat. It's okay. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, listen, let's end it here tonight. Guys, please smash that like button. Bring those likes up. It helps. And let's do a quick recap. Florenzi, red and black. He's in. Bakayoko, 2 steps away. Pellegri, right now, is the youngster, that third striker youngster that can end up at Milan. Then Berardi looks like the gap between Milan and Berardi is getting smaller and smaller. Who knows what can happen? James Rodriguez, out of the players, Pellegri said that there is a foreign player that Milan are pretty much one step away from. And to me, by how he described it, it seems to be James Rodriguez. I think it's going to be either Berardi or James Rodriguez, not both. And then, what am I missing, Antonio?
So we saw about Berardi. Adley kind of paused. Pobega on loan to Torino. That's basically the main news. Kadiri interested in Conti, and new AC Milan third kit released. So those are the main ones.
Forget the third kit, man. That's the worst news of the day. at least a positive thing that the worst news that we have so far in this transfer market is our third kit. That's actually
Roy. You know that's not true. Donnarumma leaving for you is the worst news. Come on.
Man. Why do you have to remind me? All right. Hey, Antonio. Once again, thank you so much, my man. Great job. Everybody, please. Everybody, if you missed the stream we did today with Red Devil Studio, please go to the Red Devil Studio channel and check out that stream. It was basically a prediction of the Serie A. We are going to do a live watch-along for the draw. We are definitely going to do a live watch-along for Sampdoria Milan. We're definitely going to do a post-game analysis. And guys, you know what? Once the Serie A returns and once those games returns, you know who else returns, right? The king of reviews. So we will get the Rossoneri review back Monday. And Sunday, I will be putting out a video of the tactical analysis, what I think will probably happen. And tomorrow, I think we have a Milan forum. We will check if tomorrow we'll have the Milan forum. So, guys, thank you so much, everybody. Love, peace, and all the rest.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
One quick thing.
Last words.
Yeah, just one quick thing. This comment looks very interesting about like how Milan might go into pot 3, and I didn't know this, so I have to check if this is true. I don't know about this.
Really?
I hope Eastbourne is telling the truth. I hope he's sure about this. But yeah, no, that would be very crazy because this whole time we're just thinking that Milan would be pot 4 guaranteed. So yeah, I agree with Reza as of now.
Well, let's see. Hey,
but draws coming up very soon. So
yeah, that beautiful draw is coming up very soon. Well, Antonio, once again, thank you so much. We will see you again soon.
Yep,
guys. Thank you for joining us. Ciao, arrivederci, and always Forza Milan. Let's go.
Ciao.
Bye.